Hey everyone, Cahlen here, and I'm back at the large spring out here in the desert where we planted some amaranth seed probably a week or two ago. And by the way, I saw some of it coming in and it actually is sprouting a little bit, so that's really cool. And today we're going to be planting Sunchoke or Jerusalem Artichoke. Now this is basically a sunflower, it's not an artichoke. It's a sunflower which makes tubers like potatoes, which you can eat, and it actually produces more food per square, per area than potato does. And I think actually it's the most of any plant, right? And it grows really well in full sun, and basically it spreads itself, and it's actually kind of a little bit difficult to stop, right? So basically, if you plant this someplace where it's going to be able to get water without you needing to water it, then it's going to grow and it's going to be a beautiful plant, which is good for the insects, and it's also going to produce food for anyone who's going to need it when the time comes. So basically, this plant is going to grow up really tall. It can get over 10 feet tall, and it has a little sunflower on it. And when winter comes, all that falls back. But underneath is still the living root, and if you leave that root, it's going to grow up again the next year, and it's going to grow out, kind of spread out from where it was last time, right? Or if you need to eat, then you can just come and pull up the stalks of this thing, and the tubers will come up with it, and then you can just cook it like a potato. You have to cook it a little bit more thoroughly because it's more of a resistant starch, right? So yeah, anyways, it takes more preparation than a potato does. Otherwise, it's just going to be food for your bacteria rather than for your stomach. So just keep that in mind. So anyways, I'm gonna plant this here today at the spring, and hopefully within, by next year, it's doing, it'll probably grow up really well here, but by next year, hopefully it's starting to spread, right? And then we can actually take some tubers and spread it from place to place. Okay, so I want to find a place for it to go. This spot right here is going to get lots of morning and afternoon sun, which is the kind of sun that it likes. And it's got plenty of water. It hasn't rained here in over a month, and there's flowing water, right? It is going. So I'm thinking around here. Now I have to be careful because if it does start raining, we get to monsoon season, then this will get higher up, and we don't want to drown the plant. But also we want it to be able to access water, so it should be fairly close. So basically what I'm going to look for is an area like this, right? And I'm going to try and dig down and find a spot where when I get about 2 inches down, there's moisture. Okay, so I'm going to try about right here, and I brought with me my Special Forces shovel, which attaches to my belt, right? This is not just a shovel, but also a self-defense weapon. So I'm thinking that this spot is going to be too rocky, so I'm actually going to just go to a different location. Okay, I'm going to try this spot. Seems to be more sandy. We want it to be sandy because like this is a tuber, so it's going to spread, and it needs to not be obstructed by a lot of solid things like rocks. So the water is just down right here, so we're just a little bit above it. Now this, you can feel, it looks pretty dry, and it is pretty dry, but you can definitely feel moisture in there. I feel like this is probably the perfect spot. Okay, I'm going to go get the Sunchoke. Okay, here she is. Kind of loosening the dirt up from the side of the pot. And then put my fingers kind of through it to support them as I put it upside down. Pull it off. You can see I've got lots of roots already ready to go. They're ready to stretch out. Okay, I'm just going to set it there and then bring the dirt in. There she is, ready to go. Starter family, got plenty of water, and she'll be able to grow in the direction that she wants to go, right? If she wants more water, she can go that way. If she wants less, she can go that way. I'm walking back out, and I noticed in this kind of stagnant part of the pond that's not flowing very much, you can see the little pollywogs, yeah? Little froggies, baby froggies. And here's an example of the amaranth sprouting. I hope you can see it. So that's the planting of the Sunchoke, or the Jerusalem Artichoke, and we'll be checking in on that guy, you know, every once in a while, so you'll definitely see more of that. And also Jesse and I still have, I think, 3 or 4 more pots like that, which we're actually going to be planting in the actual garden. So watch Jesse's channel. I'm sure that video will probably show up there. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.